Anybody got anything want to add to verse 9?
Yeah, I wanna, when that part, but Jesus, he already had, am I right? He already had identified the problem. He already knew this man just had no one demon in him. He had several demons in him.
Right.
And that's what we be seeing sometimes in a lot of people that they don't have just one. They have
Right.
several demons in there.
Correct.
Satan was talking in this Revelation 12 to man, and he to the tail grew down the third part of heaven. And so, not only did he know Jesus, Jesus know him, he know Jesus. He know what the Lord did for him when he was in heaven.
Right.
He told him I'm up there with that stuff.
Right.
So when Jesus rolled down here for you, what does that have to do with you? The Son of the Most High God, I don't tangle with you before. And I lost that battle. Now I hear you down here to mess with me again.
And reading the Bible and the history of Christ, whenever he asks a question like, what's your name? Or Adam in the garden means, where art thou? And for, what's his name that killed his brother? What have you done? Christ already knew all the answers to all of it. He already knew. But what, to me, he's trying to do is to get me to come clean as to what I just done. Yeah, he already knows. He knew it before I did. So he's just trying to get me to come clean and honest with him.
And they're also teaching us
Right.
how to exercise the same thought and power.
Correct.
But he tells us otherwise, so we have to find out how
Correct.
that we can exercise the thought and power of Jesus Christ. But now, this is not for everybody.
Right.
It's only for people.
Amen.
And when he's met with this, he ain't saved.
Right.
So he didn't have to do it that way. He did it that we might learn
Amen.
how we're supposed to operate in Christ.
Amen.
And that, like I tell people a lot of times, I said, now this started in heaven. It's going to take heaven to finish it up.
Just like you just said about Adam in the garden. And the Lord came into the garden and where art thou?
Right.
He said, I was naked.
Right.
And I hid myself. And there was a question. Who told you?
Right.
Who told you so?
Right.
He went back. Satan. And go to the woman who went strictly to the man.
Right.
So that was his responsibility to obey.
Verse 10, it says, and he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. So the demon here, we're talking about the term, demon here, he begged. The demon understood, though, that Jesus had all the power over him
Right.
and addressed him with such an intense desire that this request be granted, that he does not send him. So, not to send them away out of the country. The demons wanted to remain in the same area where they had been exercising their power, their evil power. So demons are not like, demons do not like to leave the family or the area where they are cast out of it. So in case there are other members of the family that might have similar weaknesses that would allow them to enter them. So the unclean spirits do not have bodies. They try to find a body that will be willing to them so that they may use the body as a dwelling place. So in the verse, the demons demonstrated, though, that they knew who Jesus was. Here, they demonstrated that they can pray to Jesus also when they beg earnestly. Once again, as Pastor Jackson say, this shows though that you can know Jesus, who Jesus is, and not surrender to him. And you can pray to him and still not surrender to him.
Right.
And that's what the demons would do. You know, they knew it. They begged him for mercy. They were praying for mercy. They not surrender.
One thing in those days, but
Well, true.
and so they really thought that Jesus would come. They knew thought that he was coming to destroy them for good.
Right,
And they ain't even ready to go.
right.
And they know he gonna destroy them one day. And they thought that he come to get rid of us for good. Won't be no more.
Right. Correct.
So they plead.
Correct. I'm gonna do 11 and 12 together. Verse 7 says, now there was there nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding. And all the devils besought him, saying, send us unto the swine, that we may enter into them. So Satan would rather irritate the swine than do no mischief at all. In other words, they want to stay busy doing their damage. So demons are bent on destruction, and they hate to be outside the body. So they prefer people to dwell in it. But the second choice is animal. So you notice here though that they were not in control, even though they were many of them. We also notice though that here that the demons can't even affect the pigs without permission of God. In other words, they asking Christ permission to enter the swine, you know, and they can't get to the pig or in the pig without Christ giving them permission. And that shows you and I right there who has the power. And so since a demon cannot enter even into the swine, you know, without being authorized by, you know, Christ himself. So, however, little power or evil to them that be judged by those who have God, you know, for their portion and protector. So, but this is just amazing though how, you know, the story goes and, you know, the evilness and the power of the evilness, and then yet the power of Christ, you know, and that teaches us though that, you know, it reminds me though that the majority of all the people that's in those mental wards and stuff like that there could be a fix. There's a fix for a large probably majority. You know, through Christ. Had it been done or had it been, I don't know. But, you know, the sad thing is a lot of them are in there and they're medicated for year after year after year with that problem. And some of them eventually leave here without ever being fixed.